Hello and welcome. I need to I need to fix my window capture. There it is. All right. It's Poker Bob. We're back. Just getting myself settled here in my Carolina sweatshirt. I think we're on a delay. Are we on a delay? Whatever. Does it even matter? All right. I probably could have set this screen up a little bit differently here, but I'm not going to mess with it now that we're on stream. It's been a few weeks, a couple weeks anyway, right? Hopefully you all can see my cards and my screen clearly. We're going to play some global poker today. I know last time I probably said that we were going to do some ACR more often, which we will. Probably presents a little bit better on screen, just the way ACR is set up. But this is kind of cool too. We bought some Rattlesnake Open tickets. Bought 5 of them for a discounted price, which basically waives the fee plus a buck that it gives back. So for 5 11 sweeps coin tickets, you can buy them for $49, which I did. Figure if you're going to play a few events anyway, you might as well. If you can fire off a couple bullets in one or play 5 different ones, you save six bucks. It's worth it. Worth it, and I was able to just verify. I was just able to verify my account, so I can now cash money out, or I can redeem my sweeps coins for. I can redeem my sweeps coins for cash. I might, and I apologize in advance. I might mess around with this screen here just a little bit. Make it slightly larger. Before I would have I wouldn't have this go all the way up to the top. I would have like text up there, but with ACR anyway, I find that the browser. It's not really a browser, I guess. It's the app window. Um, has all the information at the top. It's not as clear with these sites that I play on a web browser because it's got the web address down there, which kind of gets in the way. But hey, we raise pre, we get called by the blinds, and we flop open ended. This is a PKO. It's 11 sweeps PKO. So the minimum bounty is $2 or 250, 2.5 sweeps. Let's see if we can run some up. Just gonna bet somewhat smallish. Maybe we get one caller. Maybe we don't. And we don't. That's fine. This is a 6 max. I did play a rattlesnake event yesterday. I did not stream it, of course, but I played just an 11 sweeps coin bounty. It was I don't know what you call it, just a regular bounty, or I forget what they called it. But out of the 11 sweeps, one was a fee, 8 to the prize pool, 2 to the bounty, and the bounties just stayed 2 all the way to the end. I did not get any bounties. I made a moderate run. I made an okay run. Doubled up early with ace king. Flop top. Turn was a brick. Jammed to my opponent. I made a nice, a decent sized flop bet. He called in position. I jammed turn 30 bigs into like a 52 big blind pot. He tank called with ace 8 suited. River was nothing, and I ended up with a rather large stack pretty early in the tournament, but not a lot happened after that. Didn't really get any didn't get any bounties. Don't know that I even was in had a chance to get one, which is unfortunate. You don't. I kind of squandered a big stack, which I've unfortunately been doing a little bit of lately. I was playing. Was it Tuesday? Maybe. What's today? Friday, or maybe it was Wednesday. I was playing. Yeah, I think it was Wednesday because I was playing out in the living room on my laptop, and what do we do here? Oh, let's just bet small. Bet raise. Um, we have some backdoor equity. We have middle pair. We could already be dead. Not dead to a flush, but out of position. No bounty at play. Let's move on. All right, so Scarpy seems to be one of the aggressors at the table. So yeah, Wednesday I was playing on my laptop in the living room, playing on Bet on Drew's home game. I don't. I got. Well, this isn't exactly. We're not exactly streaming. This isn't exactly a streaming studio, but yeah, I was playing Bet on Drew Gonzalez's. He's an ACR stormer, site pro, whatever you call him. I'm sure he wears many hats, but he streams on Twitch and YouTube. And I played. While it was up on TV, I played one of his home games. I played the PKO. He does every Wednesday. He does like an $11 freeze out, $5.50 PKO, and like a $2.20 PLO game. I just wanted to. I hadn't played any of his home games. Didn't really know how it worked, so I logged into a stream on Twitch and then YouTube. Didn't get a free entry. He does like drawings. He'll go live like 10 or 20 minutes before it starts. He'll do some drawings. You have to like put whatever code or keyword in the chat. Does a random drawing for each of the tournaments. I did not get an entry into any of them, so I bought in right after it started with the password. Didn't make much of a run. Just unfortunate. We didn't really get. I don't want to use an excuse. We didn't get any bounties. I don't think we got any bounties. So I was out of that before the end of the late reg period. It started at 8. I was out 8:35, something like that, which was disappointing, and I didn't re-enter. But I did. Ooh, would have had a wheel. But the timing was such that I could log into or buy into an $11 turbo PKO turbo 1K guaranteed on Bet Online, which I'm going to play more. I've been keeping an eye on their schedule because Bet Online, one thing about it is their schedule tends to slightly change every day. Certain tournaments anyway, they do have their staples, but there are some that might move times or not be offered on certain days. I think, and I'm going to keep pay even closer attention to it. Oh, this is a nice flop. No backdoor equity, unfortunately, but oh man. Okay. Well, I was hoping for a bet on the flop so that we could. Oh, I really hope that. Like, it's just I can't. I do everything right. I feel like checking that flop was 100% correct up against the raise. A raise on the button who has all sorts of kings in his range. It checks through. I get the turn is horrible. Brings in backdoor diamonds and brings in open-ended flushes or open-ended straights. Excuse me. So I have no choice but to call a pot-sized bet there, and then the river is just the worst in the deck. Why is it? It's just the worst card. I flopped Jin, and the worst card. I guess that's why you don't play 5-3 suited, and now I'm going to play 4 deuce suited. Like no matter what I do, the runouts just crush. They just crush me. And now look at this. Now look at this. Do I lead pot? I'll just bet big with all this equity, where I'm probably smoked. Two pair. Another kind of bad run out. Is this a check call? It's a massive pot. Yeah. I don't know that we were getting much value from either of those hands. Maybe nines because he had a nine of diamonds. Um, all right, so we'll take that. We'll stop our complaining. But bet online. I've been I've been doing all kinds of searching and not so much today. I was busy today, but over the last week or two, I've been like really trying to focus more on getting back into online poker full time versus live poker because live poker is such a it can be kind of a drain on resources for a few reasons. Number one, I think ultimately I probably am a better live player, but I don't know. I've been on a downswing, lacking a little bit in confidence. You have to spend gas money. You got to go, usually eat somewhere out that's more money, you know. Um, yeah, you might get some points from some casinos, like Foxwoods is pretty good about that. So I got some points stacked up there. Other places too, like MGM, I got a bunch of poker points that, I mean, I go there like once every 3, 4, or 5 months. Like, who knows if I'll ever use them. But yeah, I've been trying to focus back on online poker and getting getting back into this realm, focusing, and it's mostly tournaments. Cash, I keep dabbling in it here and there, and it just upsets me. It is just such an upsetting thing, especially when you like in a tournament. If you get a bad run out and you lose a pot, whatever you get, as long as you didn't bust out, you get another hand and you move on. Cash, it's so tilting, and you could just end up losing your shirt. The beverage of choice, Polar Black Cherry. First time we've had black cherry on stream. I'm gonna mix it in with my lime seltzer. We'll have a little cherry lime action going. So I've been trying to get back into live poker and try to build a bankroll. And I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I shouldn't say pre-pandemic, early stages of the pandemic before my daughter was born, I was relegated that winter and early spring to strictly playing online, and I did okay. I won more than I lost. Certainly, I think I came out of it with, yeah, I think I came out of it up like a grand or so, and so I know I have the potential. I was playing in those like Facebook, PayPal, smallish, medium. I say medium size. They were actually pretty big tournaments, because the people that ran them didn't want to waste their time with $10, $20 buy-ins. So a lot of them were like 40, 50, $60. Some like $100 main events. We don't have much here. So I play those, and I was probably up a few $100 for most of it. And then the last tournament I played before the little one was born, I won. I came in second place for like a $900 cash, and so that, and then after that she was born. I couldn't really do much at all when it came to poker for the next 2 or 3 months, and so that was sort of the seed money for my current live bankroll. But knowing that I can make some money or do fairly well with online the online game. How do we get the chat going here? Is there a chat? We're on YouTube, right? I have no idea. I'm using a different OBS. I've left Streamlabs for OBS Studio because of I guess the quality and also like that the hotkey like scene switch or whatever they call it, the automatic scene switcher, which works intermittently. Um, but OBS is probably just um, a better application overall. Only thing is though, with I can't like, how do I see my stats? And where's the chat? Do I need to add it as a source? Super chat or something? So I have like no idea how many viewers I have or where my audience is or if we're interacting or if I'm even online, if I'm even live. Um, settings? No, maybe not settings. Where's the where's the chat? Stream? Output? I don't think I'm recording this. That's fine. We're not really at the point. I mean, I just frankly don't. If I record it, then I'll have to. If I record it, then I want to repost it, then I'll have to edit it, and that's just more work, and I don't have that kind of time. Yeah, I feel like the chat should just be up. Like, why isn't it just static? Why isn't it just there? Docs? No. Oops. Jack 5, we fold. Where are we? We're 304 out of 730. We're not, I mean, it's always possible to get bounties, and I just hate that there's players at our table. I mean, he's here now, but 13th Apostle, like you just show up and you're snooze the whole time. God, that is so annoying. I just don't, I don't. I know, like, hey, whatever, money's money, and however you can make it, and, you know, if in theory, if signing up for a poker tournament and snoozing the first hour of it is more profitable for you, I mean, I'm not usually one to stand in the way of making money however you can, and poker is that kind of game where you have to be exploitative. But it's just like, why? Why are you doing that for a poker tournament? Play poker. It is such a beautiful game, and you're over here screwing around with it, and I'm over here losing more chips. Am I on? I have to be on, right? Where? How do I go? Go to my YouTube, my channel. Where's my? Okay, so I am on, and it says one watching. It's probably me. The only thing about I like global. Um, I like their tournaments, but the way their interface presents, like the cards can be tough to see, like especially the whole cards, because it's a white background and like they're just very small lettering. There other sites you can make the numbers and letters just like massively big. Um, oof, Ace King going down. That was me yesterday. Ace King running into aces to get knocked out. I didn't play the tournament especially well yesterday, but I made a fairly deep run. I mean, fairly deep. I said I didn't come anywhere near the bubble, so I mean, what there were like 1,250 that entered, and I probably knocked out like 345 or something. So decent enough, but didn't get any bounties and didn't cash. So really worth nothing. But yeah, ace king into aces. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to mess around with this OBS so I can like get some statistics up here, get some stream stats up here, so I can actually like kind of follow along with what I'm doing. Um, hmm. Ace Jacks, especially offsuit, just always is so tough to play because I just feel like it's so nitty to fold. But then like you just flat and nothing come. I just like what? What am I doing with this? I guess these cards are right in my range. I could range bet. It's kind of going to be tough to get it through against two people, but it never never hurts to try, right? Well, that can't be a great card for us because he does have tens, Jack 10 suited, King 10, Queen 10 suited, Ace 10 suited, ooh, 9 10. Hey, look at that. We have a straight. We did the old PLO. Can the river hurt or help us? And checked him. I think we can go bigger because there's a straight on the board, and we're gonna get looked up, which we did. So okay, snapped it. We talked ourselves into a into a good little pot. Studio mode. Not studio mode. Settings. Maybe. So what are? There is a way to do this, and I think I probably like X'd out of the chat, and now I can't. I can't. I gotta figure out how to. Like, what are these little boxes that like scene transitions, controls, audio mixer? Like, what are these that I need to go out and find the chat one? Where do I find it? Scene list stats, multi-view, always on top. Help portal. I don't really feel like doing that now, especially. Oh well, I'm obsessing over something, and I have like one viewer, and it's probably just me looking at my account. Oh, caught in the middle with ace queen off. It is a fold, sadly. And I mean, we would be getting dirty here, that's for sure. But we could be up against ace king very easily. I don't think Janky Jank has much. I put D Brown here as on a hand like ace king. But he could also be playing back at the you know, the opener, the button open there. So, I mean, we got to remember too, we are 6 max, so the players are going to play slightly wider. Even though you kind of shouldn't, you should still play your range just a little bit harder, which I suppose they could be doing as well. All right, so I can't figure out how to get the chat up, but it doesn't matter. There's probably nothing in it anyway. So been trying to get back on online poker more. Maybe I don't know. I don't need to go to the casino for the rest of the month. Probably we got Mother's Day this weekend, then Labor Day, 2 weekends after that. We get stuff going on. So, and then we starting first few days of June, we are going to Pennsylvania. I'll probably play live there once during the trip. Probably leave the hotel and okay. Well, we actually have a couple bounties in play here. I think on the button we can flat and hopefully get some hearts, and we don't, and that's annoying. Just give me one heart. I can like the deuce of hearts. I can do something with that. I can't do anything. So yeah, I'm going to play. Probably will play live. Next time I play live will very likely be at Parks Casino. We're going to Sesame Place in June, like I was saying. We're staying in a hotel for a few days. And I'm assuming I will be able one night to leave the hotel and just go play some live poker at Parks, which is 15 minutes away from the hotel. I'm not going to do that every night. I think the problem, we're sharing one hotel room, me and my wife and our 3-year-old. We're doing it, for like 4 nights. We'll have plenty of things to do. It's Pennsylvania. It's June. There'll be things. We're not going to just go to Sesame Place all 4 days. We're going to get there Saturday. We're going to probably go to Sesame Place Sunday. We've already got tickets to go to 2 days. Probably take Monday, do something else like go to a playground or mix things up, depending on weather and whatnot. Ooh, and then so that Monday we're probably gonna, oh man, break things up, and then Tuesday go back to the park, and then we leave Wednesday. So it'll really fly by. I mean, it's over 5 days, but it's 3 days are really like the meat of it. We probably will. We'll do something actually. We're not just gonna like wake up and leave. We're gonna probably hang out until like noon and then head back because it's like a 4 hour drive. It's not that bad. It's not great, but it's not the worst. Um, Now they say waiting for other tables to finish. Well, that's probably why they got to say that for the clock, I guess. And then the break has already started though. You only get 5 minutes one way or the other. I don't think this site delays it at all. I think it just keeps rolling. So yeah, so we're going to Sesame Place. But I probably will go to parks one of those days. I'm thinking probably. So ideally, I guess from a poker standpoint or whatever, like going Sunday would probably be the best because we don't plan to do much except just hang out and relax on Monday and maybe go to a park or depending if it's bad weather out, I'm sure we'll find something else to do. Um, so I guess in some ways, like going Sunday night would be good because I don't have to like get up and gear up to go to the park, go to Sesame Place. But I guess if we plan to go back Tuesday, maybe like after going Monday night to parks, because I don't want to go Saturday night. That would be ridiculous. We would have just driven all day, and my wife would be like, "Why are you like going to play poker? We haven't even started this vacation." Um, so probably won't do that. And the thing too is we're sharing the same room, so she's gonna have like a little toddler bed kind of thing, like a toddler mattress, and I don't know how the setup's even gonna work, but it's not like she's gonna be in her own separate room. Oh wow, this break's going quick. Um, like when I come back from going to the casino, if I opening the door will make noise, and I might let some light in, and it might like disturb her. And I don't even know. We usually sleep with the TV on, my wife and I, like, and if our kid goes to bed at like 7:30, so what are we gonna do when the kid's just sitting there, the kid's sleeping there, like, um, because we don't go to bed for another like 3 hours after that, so we all just going to bed at 7:30. I can't imagine, or maybe I don't know, but we're gonna figure it out. So I'm not going to play poker, but I am going to bring my laptop so I can play a little bit online because, of course, as many of you know, Pennsylvania has regulated online poker. So I like to play on the sites when we do go to PA or New Jersey, just because it's different, and they usually have smaller fields, smaller buy-in tournaments. They just don't have them like they don't those sites because they have such smaller player pools. They just don't run as many tournaments. So if you like, you're there, and when you're there, it's not like you're just there on, like people who live there, obviously, they schedule it out. They work it into their lives somehow. If there's an 8 o'clock $5 PKO that they usually play, they'll massage things and they'll get, the average poker player will figure out a way to play that, end your workday at a certain time or put your kid to bed at a certain time, whatever. People have stuff going on. I'm not saying everybody plays it every day. What I'm saying is, if you're there traveling, if you're there on vacation, like we usually do, to get away, you might have other things going on, so you can't just sit there and grind out tournaments. So you kind of just have to jump in and play when you got a second. The good thing, I guess, about Pennsylvania, keep this between us, you can log in. You can log in and look at least peruse the site. Like I have an account with WSOP and PokerStars, so I can log into the apps for either one, and see what their tournament, schedule is going to be. probably the next day, or I could log on when I wake up that day that we head down there and see what the schedule is like. So I can plan it out. Where in New Jersey, that's like you can barely open the app and they're like clamping on you, like two-factor authorization, like they send a ping to your cell phone just in case you're using like if you log on on your laptop or whatever, you could try to like VPN in, but nope, you log in your laptop, they send they ding your phone because your phone's probably not on the same VPN, or it might be if you know what you're doing, but it might not be. So then they'll lock your account up if they ping your phone, or if you don't have a VPN, if you just log in with your laptop, they'll shut you down. Where Pennsylvania, they'll give you a warning message. They'll say, you're not able to play for just so you know, you can't play for live money here. So whatever. But you can look over it. You can just be on the site. You can look over the tournament schedule. It's different state regulations, and frankly, I've played in both places. I've had mixed results in both places. I think I like playing New Jersey better. I like PA's sites better. I haven't done much for Pennsylvania, but I haven't been there in a while. I've been to Jersey a couple times since I've been to Pennsylvania. I keep getting these suited aces, and I need to see flops with them. That's not great. It's not like it's going to check through. We've got a monster stack and a shorter stack. Yeah, I can't do that too much with no hearts on the board. So I'm talking, we should do that. I should figure out a way, because before when I was doing these, we had it as kind of podcast style where I'd pre-record them, play for a half hour or so cash, usually cash, or like one of those like sit and goes, and really not even edit it, just do it, just record it, have a subject, have a topic to discuss. I should do that. I should find a podcaster, find a podcast, co-host, and talk poker with that person, which can be done with today's technology. Should go back to the podcast. So you got to figure out how to work that in. The live stuff is cool. It's easy. It's convenient. You do it for a couple hours. I don't have to edit anything. I mean, it's what you want to put into it. You could really do anything that you put your mind to with this whole thing. Should we, if it folds to us in the small blind, should we rip ace king? I mean, we have to raise, obviously. I've got to make it, buttons right here. I've got to make it fairly large, and I think that's probably about the sweet spot. Okay, well, we pick up plenty of blinds there. That's pretty good. That's kind of ideal with ace-10 out of position. So we got to figure out a way to bring the podcast style back. In the pre-recorded stuff, I got more viewers. I got more eyeballs. I got 300 views on some of those videos. Some of it was mentioning like Foxwoods in the title. Some of it was like I'd share it to like a small poker group online and see a small, like whatever. But those were, I'd play like fast fold, like blitz poker or whatever for a half hour. I guess I could do that on ACR. I have found, and I keep like jumping around between sites. First I was talking about like Bet Online, and then Global, and now like Pennsylvania, New Jersey, like regulated sites, and we're back to ACR. And ACR I do play on, but there's a couple tournaments where it's just like this close that does my video keep flickering? I don't like that. That's another thing I gotta, technology's always doing something to me. But don't. Um, oh, I don't love that at all. That stinks. I mean, we're here. Whatever. We'll deal with it on this cast. But yeah, I guess I could. ACR, their tournaments. I guess I just want to say it because I almost said it before and I want to get it out there that I've been my focus the last week or two with, and I know it's always changing with online sites is I've been doing too much of like adjusting my schedule around or trying to like massage my schedule to fit into how the sites run their like the site schedule and like okay, I gotta, I want to play this tournament because it looks cool, so I'm gonna like stay up later and play it, or I'm gonna like try to rush through dinner and get in, or it's like at a weird time in the morning where I could like play before work, whatever. It's all I don't. I've been kind of revolving my schedule from time to time here and there when I want to, like around the sites where it's like, you know what? And also in doing that, I might play a tournament that I don't even necessarily want to play, but I think might look profitable and it might be at a certain time where I'm like, okay, that time seems to work. This could I need to start thinking about it differently and say, okay, what do you absolutely want in a tournament? Start there. Do you want it to be a PKO? Do you want it to be a certain buy-in, like a certain guarantee, a certain player like pool, like a field, certain size field on a certain site, whatever. Come up with like what you want and try and then just look for it. Problem is when I do that, I look for it. I look for that tournament and it kind of doesn't exist. It's close a couple times, like the 8:40 p.m. Bet Online 1K PKO Turbo $11 buy-in is like just so beautiful because I've been playing some PKOs lately and I've been doing all right. Probably because I played them on ACR and I feel like it's easier to get bounties on ACR. It's certainly easier to lose all ins, but you're you're 100 big blinds deep on ACR. That money can still get in. Where on some of these sites you won't see too many all ins right out of the gate. It just takes a while, especially if you're deep. But I don't know. I played some ACR like those $2.50 ones, and I was doing pretty well at that. I turned like $8 of free tournament money into like $20 cash. Not bad, right? 100% ROI if it just went cash to cash. Um, yeah, it is 100% ROI because I was left with zero tournament money and 20 actual dollars, so it was $10 value to $20. So anyway, so like that bet online tournament is perfect. Sometimes I do actually play it, but it starts at 8 and 40. Late and the cool thing, late reg is only an hour. Great. Late reg is an hour, 9:40. I can deal with that, but the thing is sometimes the tournament I've only noticed it on weekdays and it's usually 2 or 3 weekdays a week, and this week it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I want to say I've seen it on Thursdays before. I think Thursday and Friday they just move it to 9:30 because it's later in the week, and I don't know. I kind of hate that. I can't. There's no way I'm playing the 9:30 because I have to work at 8, but my kid's up no later than 7. So I mean, it's not like I can stay up until midnight, 12:30, 1 o'clock on a weekday. I can't. So I'm not going to play that. One thing I was considering too, I was so yeah, bet online, like that's a good tourney, but the thing that it just doesn't start at the right time. And that I guess that might be the case for most of these. They also have like I think they have a 7 p.m. They have a 7 p.m. 5K guaranteed $11 buy-in turbo PKO. But it starts right at 7, and with PKOs, you don't want to get in after the gun. You want to get in at the very beginning because money starts coming off the table. Although, in bet online tournaments, you start with less chips of those PKO turbos. You start with like 67 or maybe 70 big blinds. because the blinds are every 5 minutes and it's only an hour late reg. So bet online tournaments, you kind of do have to get in early for the fact that your stack is a little bit shorter to start. It's not, you're not starting 100 big blinds deep or 250 big blinds deep like this. Like this one, we could have late regged and like 30 minutes in and been fine, but we'd be in the same spot we are now. But so yeah, so that one's those tournaments on Bet Online are a little off. They have that 7:25 rebuy add-on tournament, which is kind of a perfect start time for that because usually by 7:30 the kid's in bed, so it's 5 minutes in. I think it's 10-minute blinds anyway. So I'd be getting in the first level. But we did play that. What did we get? Third or fourth place in that when we got that nice payout a few weeks ago, a couple months ago at this point, I think. So we got that, and that was a good tournament. But if we final table it, we're going to be playing kind of late because it was almost midnight. I think when I got eliminated. So if in the back of your mind you want to make a late, you always want to make as deep a run as you can, but in the back of your mind, if like, oh, I just can't make it to midnight tonight, or I can't make it to 11:30, I'm already like tired and it's 8, I can't. So I just get worried about tournaments running too late and investing all my time in them. There's sit and goes and stuff you can do, but those get like tedious after a while, and if you want to like sit in front of the TV and play poker for 3 hours in a night and you're looking forward to doing it, and like after a half hour of playing 40 minutes of playing sit and goes and they're just starting to blur into each other and you get on this tilt, I guess you just do like you do with anything, you just walk away. But I could see that getting old after a while. Sit and goes are for like your lunch break, but then they don't run that early in the day. And on ACR, I was playing those, and I think I did it because it was free money, so I didn't need to necessarily make a late run. But I think because I got that $10 free tournament money on ACR, I was like, you know what? First night, $3.30, and I had no other money in my account. I think I might have like 8 cents. First night, it was Sunday night, 8:15, $3.30 PKO. Cool, turbo PKO, I think. Yeah, turbo PKO. Perfect. Let's go. It's 8:15. It's kind of a latish start time, but it's a turbo, and and they have longer late reg periods. I think it was like 2 hours, so it's like, all right, so now it's already like 10:30 when late reg ends. But what I was saying is a PKO. So if I know I can't play late, I'll just play more aggressively and just try to go after bounties and just pile up bounties. And then at some point, and I've done this because they have a daily, like Monday through Saturday, they do, which this is the other tournament, the 8:05 p.m., $2.50 PKO. And and that's what I did the next three, because I think I got a couple of bounties in the PKO, the 3:30 PKO. So I think I got that, or I got one bounty, and then that meant like I had enough left to play like exactly three $2.50 tournaments that week, or however long it took. But the next three were going to be $2.50 PKOs, and even if I bricked up all of it, I had enough to play three, and I ended up at the end of the third. It might have been like into the fourth, but I was left with like $20 by the time my tournament money was out. But then when the money started becoming like actual money to play on that, I kind of didn't want to play it and then be stuck playing and have it be like 11 o'clock. And because I want to say I played like a daytime PKO on Global, like on my lunch break. And really, like, you make all your money. Like, I ended up profiting. It was like the equivalent of $1.10. So it was a dollar sweeps coin, or it was a 1.1 sweeps coin tournament that had no late registration. It was just boom, sign up and go. It was probably like 90 runners, and I won it and it was I profited $20. You know, so it was like a $90 prize pool for winning it, but all like the big bounties were like at the end, like three, four, $5 ones were like at the end, like the last six players, we'll say. So, and I was one of them, which I got to keep. I mean, maybe honestly, if I'm saying that, like I've been bricking the $11 ones. I got one bounty. I did play the $11 840 last night. Well, that's the thing with the 840. Like sometimes it's just tough to gear yourself up at 8:40 p.m. If you're already like watching the game or something, or you're watching a movie or or a show or something, and you're like, yeah, all right, it's 8:40. All right, in 10 minutes I'll break out the laptop and play a tournament. But it's like, oh, I'm already relaxed, and I don't know. I don't know how long it's gonna go. Really, I'm kind of getting into this movie, like so, and like it's on a Monday usually, so that Bet Online tournament is just such a tease. Like I'll play it probably once a week, and I guess I'll be all right with that. So this is a therapy session for me. It's therapy while I just bleed away big blinds here, but we still have about 30 big blinds. We're good. Late reg is about an hour in these. So that's my summation of what we went over. Bet Online. They do have some interesting sit and goes on that. So maybe like I'll jump into those. Like if I hypothetically if I break this in the next 20 minutes, but I still want to play something, I could always jump into like a $3.50 PKO. No, do they do PKO? No. $3.30. They call it Turbo Eights. It's just a eight person sit and go. Top three get paid. Make a few bucks. It's probably not worth it. Like what the payouts are, it's probably honestly not worth it because the payout's like $5, 650, and then like $10. Like you're not making. It's eight persons. It's eight people and they're paying three spots. It's kind of stupid. If they paid two, it would make more sense. We have pocket deuces, which we kind of are in the place in the stage of the tournament where you kind of have to fold deuces in this scenario with 30 under 30 big blinds and now under basically middle position to a raise. It would have been actually not a bad flop. It looks better than it really is. It's not great because your flushes are no good and you have to go bang bang to make a straight. So yeah, you kind of don't have anything. Anyway. So we summarized Bet Online. I'll talk about that site again at some point. I don't think we're going to play much after this tonight, but we'll see how we do. ACR, yeah, I mean, there's so many. You can get creative on that site, and the on-demand tournaments when they're going off. I kind of want to see if they are going off now. I feel like they do run at night. Okay, suited ace again. That bricks check. I get these suited aces, and then um, I don't flop any of the suit, and I don't pair up, and it's annoying. Okay, so there's a bunch running, but for whatever reason, the PKOs on there, I've been really getting into the PKOs because I think they're exciting, and if you play, maybe that's it. Maybe I'm playing like when I play the $11, maybe that money like that level, I can't play as loose. I end up like losing value or I don't go after bounties. I miss opportunities for bounties that I would have hit. Like maybe I don't do that enough or maybe maybe the skill level just goes up a lot between $2.50 and $11. Maybe that could just be it. But I do have pretty decent luck with like I guess $1.10 and $2.50, even a little bit the $3.30. But beyond that, $5.50. No, I haven't really done much. I played less of them, I guess, but yeah, the $11 ones haven't had much luck. I did get one bounty yesterday, so that was cool. I don't know that it was anything impressive. I think it was more like a surprise that I had the I don't know, I forget. And Bet Online is such a good interface too. And they have reasonable late reg periods. Most are like an hour and a half, but they have a ton of different like types of games, so it's tough to sum it up. Um, and same with Global. Global is set. Global Global's a good site too. So I guess like ACR, the thing is with like there's no tournament that ends at a reasonable hour, and those will. I don't think there is. Like there's a couple like there's a 7 p.m. I guess. I gotta go find it. I got ACR up. Daily schedule. Oh, well, it'll probably have tomorrow's. So like 7:05, they have like a $6.60 PKO. They have a doop doo. Well, really, they don't. Maybe that's my gripe. Like they have again another perfect $11 1K guaranteed PKO turbo, and it starts at 4:15 in the afternoon. Now, if I was 25 working in insurance and I was a processor or a customer service rep at an insurance company and I lived in an apartment with a a friend or whatever, roommate, then yeah, I get out of work at 4:15, turn my chair around to my turn my my office chair around to my laptop or my other desktop, my personal desktop, and I fire up some ACR, jump into a game, because I'm picturing myself as a 25-year-old living in an apartment in Worcester. Boom. I did actually do stuff like this. I had those sites, but I was so young and I didn't know about bankroll management or any type of like good t- tournament strategy. I had won a couple tournaments by the time I was 25, I guess. Thought I was like the next like ESPN superstar poker player. That didn't happen. But hey, you never know. I'm still fairly young. Anyway, ACR 1K PKO turbo, or I'm sorry, $11 1K PKO turbo. Great, but it doesn't. It starts at 4:15. Play that. Oh, this is so cool. Get out of work, play that. I could do that now. I could do that. Like, but I'd have to kind of pick my spots, and I don't really care to do that. It's not worth it. But um, no, and it's silly. I'm like, we're just talking about poker here. Like, I love my wife and kid. It has nothing to do with. I don't feel like anything like, you know, like this is conflict. It's not. It's not. It's just might have to prioritize that. And I'm around this stuff, so I look at it and it's like, oh, that'd be so cool. I could play that after getting out of work, and then and it's supposed to last 4 hours. But boom, done by 8:15. Have a late dinner or heat something up at the 6:55 p.m. dinner break. If you make it that far, maybe you're out in a couple hours and you just have dinner. and then at and then because at 8:05 you got a 250 PKO turbo. They also have like a concurrent, and Ignition does something like this too. It's not on the same scale, but ACR does like a $2.50 guaranteed PKO turbo, but they also run at the same time a $25 guaranteed 11-cent PKO turbo. Same schedule, same structure and everything, same late reg, so pretty much same late reg. So really, you could break out of the big one, but you still want to play, but you don't want to like do a whole buy-in. Just do the 11-cent one and play it like micro style. Or what I've done a couple times. I break out of a tournament at you know, 9 o'clock, I just jump in and late reg into the 11 cent one and just dink around in that for an hour before bed, see if I can pick up a couple small bounties. And then, if I've won 50 cents and we're not really that close to the bubble and it's time to go to bed, I just blast it off and go to bed. And I might pick up another bounty in the process. And then I guess in theory, if it gets late enough, I could just coast into the money and pick up a few more bucks that way. I have to play better than this. I now have 13 big blinds. It's too bad. These are 11 sweeps buy-ins, and I usually play more like, well, I guess I play that, but I usually play more like $5 to $7 to even $3. I played smaller. Oh wow, what a bad beat there. D Brown, see ya. Well, we got a good shove in hand, and we got it in a good position. We got last to act. All right, we have action in front of us. Come on in. Come on, let's get some more money in. Make it like 4. No, whatever. Oh, Queen 10. Okay, no. Brick. We need a total brick here. Come on. Yep, that's what we need. All right. We're still breathing here. We've got some life. We are good. We could pick up a couple bounties. All right. Third in chips at our table. That's really all that matters. I don't 429 out of 718. Who cares right now? We're third in chips at our table. Let's try to get all the chips at the table. This 5 is kind of a big raise under the gun. Suited connectors starting to creep down in value. That's probably another. Like I don't know if I'm looking for. I think I am looking for the perfect game for my schedule, just to, I don't know, keep me motivated or just like have like a routine, or maybe I don't know. I hope it's not to like push the limits. Like I don't need to play poker online every day, but I kind of have been this week. So really tomorrow and this weekend I could just not. That would have been a interesting board for us. Turn straight, 10 of spades. I kind of want to play an ACR now. I think that's mostly like, yeah, ACR. Like if I'm looking for turbo PKOs, there just aren't any at the time. They do have a nightly 7:30. So 7:30 is like kind of ideal time these days because some days Lennon goes to bed a little after 7:30, but most days like 3 to 4 days a week we'll say fold. Um, See, should I be going for bounties right here? I don't know. Not with King 10, right? Obviously not. Oh, 10 on the river. King of clubs. What? Straight flush? Oh, are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. That is insane. Cadman. Cadman. Big bounty. I can't get it. He's got way more chips than me, but no, worth noting. Whoa, there are some actual. I mean, that's not. I guess 10 is pretty big. It's double what you started with anyway. So you get $5. It's a 10. It's an $11 buy-in. Carbon 16.25. So that is one thing. I guess maybe we've been talking here, and I haven't been paying attention to the bounties, and I should probably like talk more about the tournament we're playing versus my silly schedule. But hey, here we are. So let's keep an eye out for bounties. Lion King Cess. 15. Whoa, we got some bounties that we can. I don't know what this guy has for chips here. He hasn't bought in yet. He hasn't been dealt in. Oh, 83. So we went from third in chips at the table to like kind of last. So we see all these bounties, but there's nothing we can do about it right now, unless well we just got to keep an eye out for like an all in between like these two, and then somebody in for like no chips, and which is actually kind of good because we're to the left of both these guys. If hypothetically they win it all in against each other, one of them's all in. Odds are I could make a play for it. So whatever. But ACR does have a 7:30 p.m. 7,500 guaranteed 1650 buy-in. That would be great. I'd love to play that. But it's a 7-hour tournament. So if you make the final table, you're playing until 2:30 in the morning. I could do that if again, I was like 25, 30 even, no wife and kid and or even whatever, girlfriend, but Saturday night, whatever, I'm going to just lay low. I'm going to lay low, I'm going to turn on the game and then maybe watch a movie after while playing a 7,500 guaranteed PLO, PKO. I think I did play that a couple times. I know I played at least once. I think I wanted to say one of my first streams. I don't know. I think I started ACR. I did. I did one of the. I streamed one of the. You can't see it now. I took it down. I streamed one of those like Facebook group um, tournaments, but I found out after. I mean, I didn't talk to the guy who ran that, but I asked a guy who ran another group. I was playing in one. I was like, hey, do you mind if I like live stream it? I do live streams once in a while. He's like, oh yeah, I don't want you doing that because I can't have the name of the group getting out and all that to people who I don't know. And it's like, yeah, I get it. And he was like, yeah, you might be, if you could like blur out the name, maybe you could do it. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to risk it. Thanks. Anyway, I appreciate it. Like I totally do. But then I was like, oh shoot, that other one. So I took it. I took it down from YouTube. That was on me. I don't think the guy really cared. Like that guy was really easygoing, and he ran some good games. He ran like 20 and 30 and $40 games, like tournaments, $25 like unlimited rebuy type stuff, like or like he'd do that once a week. But he'd have a good schedule. I should have just played those. But 30 and $40, it really adds up if you only have a couple hundred to invest in it. So I'm trying to play like more, get comfortable at micro stakes, but man, we're just not catching anything. top pair. I mean, we can we can bet like three and then rip, kind of rip turn. Yeah. Oh, I mean that's not perfect. Oh man, I think. Oh man, if he's got a jack, we're in rough shape. Uh, yuck. Right? How did we get? How did we let that? Yuck. I was afraid of that turn card, and he's got a big stack, and he's going for it either way. So even if he called with something like Ace 10, right? Even if he had like Ace 10, I don't know. I don't know what I should have done there. I didn't beat much to be honest, except a total airball. What did he have that didn't get there? So I guess you see what I'm saying with ACR. They do have the on-demand tournaments, but they don't. I mean, they run at night. There's a few that just went off that are in the first, like five just are in level one, so they're going. But they don't get a lot of PKOs going in that. They don't have as many like. I mean, I guess there's a. It's probably like 30% PKO off, like the tables that they offer to fill up. Like 30% of it is PKO, and then the rest is all regular. Like, and I guess I just for like something like that, I think it'd be such a good way to get that kind of work out that strategy for that type of structure, that type of game. And I guess I don't, the ones I do play, I don't really pick up a lot of bounties, and I don't know if it's just the stack depth. Similar stack depth, I think you start at 60 bigs or 70 bigs, 60 or 70. Similar to Bet Online, their MTTs. These you fill up like you get like for the PKOs are 9 players, so you get maybe that's part of the reason why they don't go off as often. They don't offer as many because I guess a PKO is silly, but you start when you get to 9 players, you go, and then there's a late reg period of like a half hour. Um, so you can kind of grow the tournament for a few minutes anyway, and then play. They usually get like 20, maybe 30, 20 to 35 players, something like that, depending. But they just don't like roll off. They don't just go. And I don't know. I think the sit and go model is sort of really. It's had its ups and downs, but it's been mostly downs for the last 15, 10 to 12 years, we'll say, I guess. Maybe longer. Yeah, 13, 14 years. I feel like Black Friday just kind of like crushed online poker's soul, and it just hasn't been the same. Those sit and goes were the lifeblood. They were the heartbeat of those poker sites. I think I'm being dramatic, but they just and Ignition actually kind of those seem to go off. Like they have a lot of those double up tournaments. Like you could always play one of those if you had money in Ignition. You could always get one of those going. And you can for a lot of different ones, but yeah, ACR, it's notorious for having like the second biggest, it's like the second most traffic in the world. 20,000 players online right now. That's a solid number. I guess the GG network is number one, but we don't have access to that. $6, $6 hold'em. Yeah, I mean they got like, yeah, the PKOs just don't go off because you need more. You need 9 players, and there's never 9 players at any one time. That's too bad, because that'd be perfect. Play a 1650 of that. Take an hour and a half max, probably. It's like I'm here just to chit chat for a little bit, because uh, we're 429 out of 718. That can't be right with seven big blinds. Look at the stacks at our table. We got like the worst table draw. We got a guy Lion King Sess comes in with 83 big blinds, and that was like two levels ago, right? It was like yeah, a level, maybe one level ago because we're at the end of this one. But like, how that would have been a nice flop. But like, what a bad draw we get if we're 429 out of 718, and these are the stacks on our table. That's messed up. I'm not saying like there should be a couple more 10 stacks out there. Now no, but now yeah. Anyway, it's not like it really mattered. It's not like we got bullied. We I don't know if the cards just were mean to us that hand where we flopped top pair with a pretty good kicker. We flopped king queen. Flop was what? Queen 10-8 rainbow. So we bet it. We got one caller, and really I guess it wasn't the ideal board from the outset. It was rainbow, but like a straight was already there. So really there were a lot of cards that could connect. Even our king, even if we got two pair, that king could have been trouble for us too. Because now we improve, and we might already be up against straight, or something might have gotten there. I'm trying to think of what that getting there was. Well, I guess a hand like 10-9. Like if a king came, no, 10-9 doesn't get there. Well, I guess you'd have to have queen 10. No, you'd have to have jack 9 from the outset. 7-9. So yeah, I'd really have to fill in. But the king doesn't help us anyway. Like it doesn't. We're either ahead or behind. The only thing is if like we're up against king 10 and he wanted to peel one with like a backdoor flush draw, and then a king came on the turn. Now we're ahead, but well, we don't need to replay that much. Maybe we just pick up these blinds. I don't know. I'm not like jamming with air. Oh, we're good. No club. We're good. Cool. We're hanging in there. We're hanging in there. Hopefully, like we get an opportunity at a bounty before we leave. There's some pretty good bounties out there, but they just have way more chips. So we need something to happen. But we'll stay patient. Milk this as long as I can because I like talking to you folks, and I like talking about online poker. And I'm kind of just starting to get back into it. Not that I wasn't in it before, not that you hadn't seen me on stuff, but I guess you talk about those other sites, and I took all my money out of Ignition because I'm just like, I can't with Ignition. They don't have any tournaments that last under like 6 hours, and it's stupid. And it's just like MTT wise, they do have like a two table like sit and go for $27 with like a $10 bounty, and it's like, ugh. Like I never know when that's gonna go off, and that's like, I don't know. That could be all right, but Ignition can be weird. So we win with fours. We got 750 left in this level, so we can be a little patient. I don't think we need to rip it with Jack 10. I think like that's just a waste, especially against a raise. So if we were suited, probably just to close your eyes and just get it in. Hope everybody folds. Because I don't know, Jack 10, like in, yeah, here we go. But whatever. I mean, we really have 6 outs, 6 clean outs. So it brings me back all the way pretty much to Global Poker as like my most trusted site that I've been I don't know, maybe I think probably because I was dabbling in those stupid PLO tables a couple months ago, and I just got real effing pissed at a couple of them and chirping in the chat and whatever. we all we all get into it when we shouldn't, I guess, from time to time. But um, yeah, global really just kind of has. I should just face it, and I have the most money in there probably. I have like 150 sweeps. Um, the daily payout for sweeps coins is kind of clutch, even though it's not, even though it's such low amount. But if you don't play on the site all the time, like I should just probably do that. I should probably just play like 2 weekdays and like one weekend night, and then yeah, and just play on global because it like has a small field. It has a small field tournaments where there's like a half hour to an hour of late reg. It's got pretty good guarantees. There's a 1K, like there's, as far as PKOs, if I just learn how to get a bounty on this site, more than one. I feel like I've gotten bounties more on ACR. I feel like I've gotten bounties more on ACR for sure. And I want that site to be more available, like to have more available. And I could play the PKO turbos that start at 8 o'clock. I could definitely play those a few nights a week. Not a lot of money, or I play the 11 cent ones. But at some point, you need to play for real money. But no, the $2.50 ones could be good. But I just don't want to have to like throw my money away at 10:30 every night. I don't want to be disappointed by like thinking, oh, I could have made a nice run there, but I had to like call it. Maybe I just play it on like a Saturday in front of the TV. This weekend, I think I'm gonna like not play on my laptop because it's Mother's Day weekend, and my wife and I should spend some time together. We are well past the late reg period. I haven't looked because I have no chips. They are paying 174. We're down at 718. I feel like I feel like it's gonna last a while. Min cash is 1482, which is pretty good. Did we get an overlay? Uh, was there an overlay? No. Wait. The Yeah, 1250 total. Yeah, there was an overlay. I mean, not by much. It only the prize pool was 12,110, and it was 12,500. So it's very small overlay, just a few $100, but so it was right on the number. Thanks, thanks, Global. So really, I mean, with all that, they still made money. They just had to eat like four 390 bucks, but they still made 1,200. They still made like 800. That's solid. First place 728. First and second, excuse me, 728. That's pretty good. I aspire to be playing at that point in time that it gets down to two. So yeah, I mean the payouts are reasonable. That is another thing with some of these sites. Like, I feel like even if there was a good ignition tournament, it wouldn't matter because they pay out so much of the field that I'd play like a $7 tournament, cash out for $9 after playing for like 4 hours, and it would just be so frustrating. And because you could make like be like 15th and make like $8 on your investment fold. Big cards rule in this game. Let's get a couple big ones. Yeah, we are miles away from the money. I feel like this hasn't updated in a while. 429. Is there really that many players left? No, there's 454 players left. Why isn't that updated? That's annoying. Where am I? was 174. Yeah, that's why there wasn't. That hasn't up. That's why I was getting upset. I'm like, where are all the small stacks? We're almost, yeah, we're 422nd out of 453. That's annoying. That'll update, I'm sure, when we get moved to another table at some point, but we might not. We're 421 out of 447. And they pay 174, I believe. Um, Blinds are going up in the next minute or so. Whoop. Oh, we have to fold. All right, so hey, whatever. A min cash would be fantastic, but we have a ways to go for that. We just got to keep grinding this. I mean, if it folds to me, I mean, I don't have a I don't have a huge bounty on me, but they should want to go for it. Man, if one of those guys could just stack off and like have no chips, that would be so cool. Oh, I could really use a turn card here. I could really use a free turn. That would be so cool. It's kind of an annoying card. It doesn't really help me. It does, but so a 7 would make some BS straight. But then a 7 would also, so nothing. I have nothing. The chips in the middle really aren't worth risking because somebody could just wake up with 5-3 or something, you know, or have two pair like 4 deuce, 6-4, 6, maybe like 4-8. Yeah, well, might have gotten a call there, and I don't want to call. It is very unexciting poker that I've played today. Hey, maybe we stick around, maybe we double, maybe we triple up, but so Global really is the site that I need to focus on, and they have plenty of $11. If I want to start like ranging up to like 11, I know it doesn't sound like much, up to $11, and play that because I can probably withstand that with my bankroll that or like the money I can put toward this. The Huntsman is probably like the best for what I want, like a progressive bounty, deep stacked, $11, 11 sweeps coins, 2,500 guaranteed, which is like almost, oh man, which is almost like a little bit like, so well, it'll get 250 players, but it starts at 7 p.m. So it'll be done. Like late reg goes for an hour. It'll be done by 10:30. So do I late reg into that, or do I save that for like that runs every day? So should I just play that like on a night where the little one's good and she just goes right to bed and we're done like 7:15? Boom, I can just jump in. Because then they do a lot of like mystery bounties and like non. They do the El Cazador, which is just a regular like a it's just a bounty where it's $11, but it's 11 sweeps, but it's 8 to the prize pool and a $2 a 2 sweeps bounty. We just got to do it. The 2 sweeps bounty is cool, but you know it changes strategy too. It's not like you got to hold out for the final table. You just try to grab as many. There's smallish bounties where it goes from 25% of the buy-in to 20%. So you got to win that extra one to make your money back. But what do we got going on here? I mean, I'm confident. I'm confident that we have enough. Why? There's always one guy. There's always one. I can't believe we make this to we made it to the second break. Granted, this started at what 7:30, so we're only an hour and a half in, but this is pretty sweet. We're gonna lose our break here because this guy can't get his act together. Oh, they all folded. All right. Well, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll see you back in about 3 minutes. Okay. Well, we might not be back for long after break. Well, we can see what else is going on. Come on, man. Easy bounty. Maybe not. Maybe it's too big for him. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's so gross. As soon as I saw the king, I was like, something stupid is gonna happen on the river. It's that's one of the tough things because we'd have fours with 14 bit. I mean, we still wouldn't 15. We still wouldn't have enough to cover this guy next to us. But you know, I think, yeah, I think we're gonna do it again. It just sucks. Um, it's gonna do. We're gonna do it. We're gonna go to battle again. I mean, this time at best we're flipping, right? All right. Well, okay. Justice. Ref. And we ended up with more chips. Okay. We're still not 429 out of 718. I should have. Maybe I will anyway. Whoops. Now how do I open it? Oh. Hopefully that resets itself. Fold. I thought I hit fold. I did, right? Oh, because I X'd out. Um, so yeah, what were we discussing? Because we got more time on our hands now. We somehow, I guess, woke up and started concentrating at the right time. But whatever. Hands play out how they play out. Well, that would have been an interesting flop for relatively cheap too. We'd have to get it in here. Well, well, that's a sight for sore eyes. Can we get a bounty? We can't get a bounty still. Jeez. Guess it's our own doing, but oh my goodness. Like there's no need to just call there, right? Don't do it. That hurts. Yeah, that one hurt global. Oh man. Yeah, it was really twice there. It was that easy double up with ace 10, flop top, flop the pair, but the running chop won it on a little bit more in the next hand against the same guy, but then yeah, aces versus queens and a run out like that, ouch, man. We turned it around, we did everything right. We were in a pretty good spot to make a run if that was aces hold, and yeah, I guess it just wasn't our night. I guess it just wasn't. But I think we got to be okay with the way we played, especially the second half of that, like on the way back up. Um, yeah, not much you can do there. Aces get correct. So thanks for tuning in. Remember, don't get mad, get even. Thanks for watching.